really what was picked up, I expect, in the middle 80s by the Cats Company, and then the Les Mis Company, and then the Phantom Company, and here we are with, I expect, I don't know, there's been 7 or 8 over the last 10 years. And this one is particularly unique because of the combination of the Saigon Company and the Phantom Company, and it's quite extraordinary that this has happened. And I think the common ground, of course, has been the Cameron Mackintosh organisation, and I think most likely the influence of John Robertson through all those years. Now, my loves, we have a little task for you. And this is for you to thank those people who've been involved in making this show. And I want you to help me. I'm going to read out the names of the people or the companies who have helped us. And I want you in a big loud voice, and I'm going to get you to practice this. I want you to say, "Thank you, my loves." All right, now after 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, my loves. Nice and nasal, nice and high. Right. The first person we have to thank, and this is a really big plug according to my notes, is Nestle. Now hold on. Nestle used to be called Nestles, I think, weren't they? In my day. But anyway, it's Nestle. So here we go. Nestle, thank you, my loves. The Cameron Mackintosh organisation, thank you, my loves. Craft Printing, who print the Easter concert posters, thank you, my loves. The Capitol Theatre, thank you, my loves. System Sound for sound, thank you, my loves. Commercial Video Productions. Keith and Julie Sinney of Badgerys Creek for supplying our own Babe lookalike. All right, my loves, here we go. There's a few more to go. Ahead in Wigs. More nasal. Murray Tregoning and Associates for supplying sound effects. Thank you, my loves. Michael Saddington and the Theatre Royal. Thank you, my loves. Howie Taylor Publicity. Thank you, my loves. Coan. Now, in particular tonight, we have 2 really big thank yous, and this is the first time in any Easter concert that has ever been produced over the last 14 years. We have the services of a live orchestra. Thank you, my loves. Okay, and one other really big thank you we want to make to is the person who is responsible for all of this year, and he's a person who's been involved not only in the Phantom Company, but also, of course, is now in the Saigon Company, and that's that fountain of all knowledge, James Lee. Shine on. Thank you, my love, James. And of course, I mean, we are a funny little group, aren't we? Look, you know, this theatre community, which is ours, and I know that most of you out here are like us. We're all part of this extraordinary community, and it always astounds me that actually I was at a party with John O'May a few months ago, and he said to me, he looked around, it was all of us here, and he said, "Gee, I love these people. I really love these people." And I looked around and I thought, yes, I mean, we are such a disparate, terrible mob of gypsies and vagabonds and puffs and bloody lesbians and, you know, dreadful sluts and whores, all of us. And we share this extraordinary common bond. And I mean, what we do is tell these stories, and we spend our lives trying to understand why people do things and what motivates people to do things. And the thing that makes me really proud about being part of this community, and I'm sure you feel the same way, is that we, I expect, have an extraordinary amount of tolerance for each other. And the various disparate groups and types of people and the mixed bag of humanity that we are, we seem to have an enormous amount of tolerance and love for each other. And I think that love and tolerance is certainly expressed in evenings like tonight, when so much is given, not only by all of those back here, the Saigon Company and the and the Phantom Company, but all of you who've come along and paid your hard-earned money to enjoy this madness this evening. But we mustn't lose sight of the fact that we are here to give. And it's now, of course, Good Friday, and of course it's appropriate, which is why Easter concerts were first started, was because it is a time for reflection, a time for considering our fellow human beings, and it's, I know it's what we do as a community generally, and this is a particular evening where we can actually put that into practice. And so I think what we all should do now is thank each other for doing what we do tonight. Thank you, my loves. Now we've chosen two charities tonight to give the money to. The first one, of course, we have done in the past, but it's the Actors Benevolent Fund. And we've chosen this particular charity because we all get older. Some of us less obviously than others. But we do get older. And of course the Actors Benevolent Fund is doing all sorts of, bless you, all sorts of extraordinary things for our community, and especially, of course, over the last 10 years, their work with the AIDS community and the HIV has been extraordinary. And so we are giving half of the funds that we earn tonight, that we make tonight, to them. We're also giving the other half to the Mercy Refugee Service for landmine victims. Now, being theatre workers, we always like to make a connection with, you know, something that has a universal reflection about what we do and it's meaningful. Of course, the obvious thing about giving money to the Mercy Refugee Service for, I don't think this joke's going to work, but I'll keep going. The Mercy Refugee Service for landmine victims was, of course, that it's wartime and all this sort of stuff. And so Saigon Company was right behind that and it all made sense. We had to make a bit of a connection for the Phantom Company. Now, James Lee told me all of this, so the only connection we could make with the Refugee Service for landmine victims and Phantom was that, it's not going to work, is that in Phantom they use prosthetics. And one of the things that the service does is provide prosthetics. So we made the connection. I won't go on any further with all that. So representing the Actors Benevolent Fund this evening is a dear friend and a wonderful patron of this particular fund. We all know him very well, and he's been a tireless worker for the Actors Benevolent Fund, Mr. Stuart Wagstaff. We also have the representative of the Mercy Refugee Service for landmine victims, and that is Sister Jan Geeson. Isn't it great having a live band? Okay, now, what we have done this evening is quite extraordinary. We have, amongst us all, we have raised in excess of $30,000. And half, of course, we are giving to the Actors Benevolent Fund and half to the Mercy Refugee Service for landmine victims. Now, I'd like to ask whether, Stuart, you would like to reply to that.
Thank you, my love.
So catching.
Whenever a charity wants to raise funds, the first people it usually comes to are the performers. And usually the performers are right up there giving their talents for charities. Well, tonight, it's our turn to be on the receiving end, and it feels terrific. With the money we're going to get from you tonight, from all of you, we can help so many more of our friends, our colleagues who are in distress. An Actors Benevolent Fund exists to help performers, usually older performers, not this old, but oldish, who are in distress. And thanks to the Cameron Macintosh organisation, the cast, the stagehands, the musicians, and all of you who put your hands in the pockets tonight to help us, we thank you very much.
And now Jan Geeson from the, sorry, I should say Sister Jan Geeson, being very informal here, from the Mercy Refugee Service for Landmine Victims. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it's my turn now to say thank you, my loves. In accepting this donation, I do want to thank the members of the cast and the committee for making the decision to give their support